and thanks for staying with us. This is Asat Television, and I'm a makeover Dumebi Roosevelt, Mary Zonta, and here is the news. Police operatives have arrested Aloy Ejimako Council to the detained leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, during a protest in Abuja. Ejimako announced his arrest via a post on his X account on Monday, October 20, 2025. The lawyer disclosed that he and several others were apprehended during a protest to call for Kanu's release in Abuja. Ejimako had earlier accused the police of firing tear gas to disperse demonstrators who had gathered in nation's capital. The protesters converged on Abuja on Monday to demand the release of Kanu, who has been held by the Department of State Services DSS in June 2021. Tension erupted in Abuja on Monday, October 20, as security forces clashed with protesters demanding the release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB. The joint team of police and defense operatives moved into the disperse and demonstrators who had gathered near the Nigerian Communications Commission (NSCC) headquarters in the Maitama area of the Federal Capital Territory. The protest, organized by activists Omole Showo and human rights lawyer Aloy Ejimako, was part of the ongoing #Free Nnamdi Kanu Now campaign calling for Kanu's immediate release. The group, holding placards and chanting "Free Nnamdi Kanu Now," accused the government of ignoring several court rulings that ordered Kanu's freedom. The demonstration began peacefully but quickly turned chaotic when security officials fired gunshots into the air to disperse the crowd. They were shouting and warning the police not to use tear gas, said one witness who preferred to remain anonymous. But before long gunshots fired, everyone started running in different directions. Despite the crackdown, the organizers of the protest insisted that they would continue their demand for Kanu's release. They accused the government of defying the rule of law and using force to silence citizens exercising their constitutional rights. The Committee for the Creation of Additional Emirates, Districts and Chiefdoms submitted its report to Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, who in turn sent it to the State Assembly in form of a bill. The State Assembly in turn held a public hearing to entertain complaints and observations from stakeholders who all came to make their submissions at the hearing.
The chairman of the committee, Abdullahi Dam, said the executive arm of government sent to the House for a possible creation of 13 emirates, 116 districts and 1 chiefdom across the state. Based on this, Abdullahi Dam said the House put in place the public hearing committee aimed at collecting inputs from relevant stakeholders on the proposed bill and hear from respective communities that presented memorandum in respect to the bill. The public hearing, he disclosed, is a platform to hear complaints and observations from communities for the creation of such traditional institutions. The House, according to the chairman, is expected to, at the end of the public hearing, provide a legal framework that will in turn guide for the creation of additional emirate, district and chiefdom across the state. Appreciating Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed for the initiative and pledged the committee's readiness to do justice for all. The Speaker of Bauchi State House of Assembly, Abubakar Y. Suleiman, expressed the House resolve in doing the needful. Deputy Director Legal Services Barrister Rashid Barrow gave an overview of the proposed bill at the event, while the emirs of Katagum, Dr. Farouk Umar II, and that of Miso Ahmed Suleiman in their separate submission described the move as a welcome development for the state and pledged their support for the initiative. The Islamic Forum of Nigeria, the Hausa Fulani community, and a host of other stakeholders who made key submission at the public hearing gave kudos to the creation of Siyawa Chiefdom, but advised against starting its headquarters at Tafa Balewa. On his part, the representative of the Siyawa community commended Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed for creating the Siyawa Chiefdom, requested that the proposed chiefdom be named the Chiefdom with additional district created. There were about 40 memorandum presented during the public hearing with goodwill messages from the State Ministry of Justice. The Commissioner of Police represented the civil society organization as well as the Local Government Service Commission. From Bauchi, and Fatih Baba, Asset Television News.
And that's the news. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. I'm Dumebi Emekoba Roosevelt.